Hello YouTube. How y'all doing? I'm reaching my limits. I can only hope the next two SCPs are short ones because I am so tired. If I didn't do running on Monday mornings, I would also drink G Fuel for today, so that I could stay awake, and all that stuff. But again, I don't want to accidentally cause myself to stay awake till 4 a.m. and then sleep through all the entire morning and then go running way too late. But now let's read number 9 of SCPs called Jinwoo. If you enjoy me reading these SCPs, then please give it. Please, for the love of Christ, don't make it too long. Okay, it's not too long. Give it a thumbs up, write in the comments, subscribe, and I'm sorry for the unprofessionalism of me being tired as shit. And also having bubblegum in my mouth because I'm hungry. I'm using it to keep my hunger in check. Second key though. Dash 1 is currently contained at Area 108 and is housed in a tungsten cage within a 1.5 times 2 times 1.5 meter incinerator unit. The walls of the unit are constructed in 3 layers. The innermost layer is composed of fireproof concrete at a thickness of 30 centimeters. The intermediary layer is composed of lead at a thickness of 15 centimeters, and outermost layers is composed of concrete at a thickness of 10 centimeters. Dash 1 is to be incinerated 3 times daily at 12 a.m., 8 a.m., and 4 p.m. at a temperature of 400 degrees centigrade for a period of 30 minutes. Under no circumstances are any personnel to enter the containment chamber or to make direct physical contact with Dash 1. Repair and replacement of equipment is to be carried out by remote controlled drones. The chamber is equipped with dosimeters to detect whether Dash 1 has entered a passive state. If this occurs, contingency Fusang A is to be implemented. Dash 2 is to remain under surveillance for anomalous activity and the site is to be enclosed with electrical fencing. Any civilians that approach or attempt to enter the site are to be detained, interrogated, and administered Class A amnestics. Personnel are to report if the object is the statue's third-hand moves or regenerates. No fewer than 5 D-class personnel are to be kept on site and restrained to the purpose of carrying out contingency Fusang A. Description: Dash 1 is a creature that superficially resembles Corvus macrorhynchus. It is tribedal and does not possess a cloaca. A third leg has been observed to remain tucked up under its body unless it enters an active state. It does not need to eat, sleep, or breathe, does not age, and suffers no physical adverse effects from prolonged exposure to extremely high temperatures or radiation. No limit to this ability has yet been found. It has been observed to withstand the temperatures in excess of 1 million degrees centigrade. Dash 1 has never been observed to communicate and its intelligence is unclear. Dash 1 has 3 states: inert, passive, and active. While inert, it demonstrates no anomalies other than those previously stated. Passive states are marked by gamma radiation emission at varying intensity. There is no clear consistency in the charge of the radiation over time, generally ranging from the 5th to 90 whatever that means. What's? No, I don't know. But occasionally reaching levels of 150 W meters squared. The energy ranges from 1 to 1.5 MeV. During active state, Dash 1 will produce plasma and thermal energy consistent with the solar corona, coupled with a burst of gamma radiation at the exponentially increased intensity. Recorded charges have been as high 340 W m squared with 20 MeV. While the thermal effects of an active state persist only for an instant and are confined to the immediate vicinity of -1, the sheer magnitude of the release invariably results in catastrophic damage. Following an active state, -1 will begin to emit aurora bands consistent with solar radiation. These bands appear to induce a compulsive effect in human observers, causing them to attempt to approach the source of aurora. Individuals under the influence of this effect are completely unresponsive to the external stimuli and will perform no action other than approaching the aurora. The bands persist for approximately 1 full day after the active state has ended. While -1 is in the passive state, it will enter active states once every 3 months, median, unless exposed to external combustion at an intensity of approximately 400 degrees centigrade or greater, which will cause it to become inert. While physical contact with the -1 is possible, any attempt to physically harm it other than incineration will result in an active state. -2 is a temple or shrine located in the province of China, approximately kilometers northwest, on the site where -1 was discovered. The site was constructed in approximately BCE, not BBC. That's something else. And contains religious texts and iconography consistent with the region. The most significant of these inconsistencies are a ritualistic form of human immolation and the presence of an entity known as Redacted. This entity is a 3-armed humanoid, and it is featured in numerous designs throughout the site. The majority of these designs depict what appears to be a -1 perched on the entity's shoulder. A 0.5 times 1.5 times 0.5 jade statue of Redacted is located at the approximate center of the site, and the entity holds an object in each of its hands: the earth, the sun, and a partially burned data expunged. Upon discovery, roughly 78% of the flesh was burned. The current percentage is closer to 69%. This is genuine instead of being constructed of jade and show no signs of decomposition despite being at least Redacted years old. Additionally, while biologically dead, it generates a temperature of 30 degrees centigrade and has been observed to make subtle movements. It will occasionally fix upon individuals that enter its range of sight and open its mouth as though trying to speak. After analyzing several texts recovered from the site and considerable testing, it is confirmed that human immolation in -2 vicinity will effectively cause -1 to skip its next active state. If immolation occurs, the data expunged will begin to gesticulate as though silently laughing, and the burned tissue on its being will regenerate at a rate proportional to the number of individuals killed by the procedures. Oh fuck, okay. Is it technically absorbing you then? And then the one contingency for sung A, the intensity of incineration on -1 is to be increased to 800 degrees centigrade. If -1 does not to an inert statue within 30 seconds, one Class D personnel housed at -2 shall be immolated. Subsequent personnel may be immolated as necessary. Addendum 2 on Redacted. The object in the statue's third hand modified its orientation of its own accord and began to fixate upon the approximate location of Area 108. Its position has not shifted since the incident, and no other anomalies have been reported. Document A5 Emergency Containment Review Redacted. Recording 8:45 a.m. Redacted. Dr. Adler and Dr. Albert. Okay. This is Dr. Adler presiding over this emergency meeting regarding SCP-1428 and on Redacted at 8:45 a.m. We need to amend Fusang A. What do you mean? I've just been meeting with the anthropologists at -2. We need to stop burning D-class. We've been over this. No, listen to me. The crow is not the real problem. Seems like a pretty big problem. There's a reason why it's hard to respond to anything we do. It's effectively an autopilot. Autopilot? As long as Redacted is dead or asleep or whatever, there's nothing to give it direction. So it just flies around and leaks radiation everywhere. And the active state? As part of the ceremony, the followers of Redacted could survive the radiation. Well, this is all terribly interesting, but I'm not sure how that... When we start burning people at the temple... The crow senses a similar type of ceremony, so it doesn't enter an active state. But burning people in that place has completely separate consequences. If we let that thing finish regenerating, it will attempt to contact the sun, which is where the crow supposedly came from, and where Redacted currently is. What will it say? I don't know. The signs were so rote that we could only translate one word from the message, which is brief. End recording 8:48 a.m. Redacted. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. I feel like. I hope so.